revealing the group's updated platform, which is even more radical than before. Now, they plan to release this next week. Listen to this. The United States Senate eliminated, gone. The president and the Supreme Court replaced. The Department of War defunded. All immigrants given amnesty. That is the plan. Now, who is driving this
I'm sure that's going to happen.
machine? Well, they say it's the people. But a new survey shows those people overwhelmingly identify as anarchists and Marxists. Yet the media is running cover for the group.
She said nearly all, but that graphic said 4 out of 10.
It makes me think that she's drinking. It makes me think that she's drinking her hair coloring instead of just using it.
Like, hold the fuck up.
God forbid we help the people.
I am 100% for Fox doing this coverage because, like,
I'd be very afraid of the things that will help you.
Stop talking about them. I can only get so horny about this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, for real.
Don't
like,
send me any pics.
It's like these people are
like,
trying to give you health
really,
care. They want you to not die in the
like,
streets.
Like, gosh, you guys, like, I'm so glad that you think this is so horrible because you're making an incredible sales pitch to the regular people that are like, yeah, wait a minute, you're right. Like, the Senate is
Like,
kind of
hold
corrupt.
on.
Like, holy cow! Like, we are a nation of immigrants. We should provide amnesty to them.
Like, hold on.
I think it's also important to point out that Fox News itself is seeing tremendous downturns of viewership. They're down year over year, 19% since 24 to now, right? And in particular, their prize demographic is, I believe, 25 to 40, and they're down 24% in that particular demographic. So people are turning Fox News off. They listen to this and they're just like, what?
I'm pretty sure their actual viewership is more in like the I think at least from a survey a couple of years ago, like the average range is between like 60 and 80 or something like that. So that would explain like why their percentage is going down, because all those people are dying, you know. And they're not being
but they picked up a little bit of a margin, I think, in between the first Trump term and Joe Biden's term. I think they pulled in a little bit more viewership, you know, and then now they're seeing that wane as people start getting tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. Like you said, the socialists are coming, the socialists are coming. You know,
like, all right, dude, yeah, the communists have been coming since the 50s. We got it. They're almost here now for sure. They're here, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to connect with platforms and policies like Mamdani and so many other, you know, democratic socialists that are coming out and talking around the country. And we have our own, you know. I would definitely classify Heath Howard as somebody like that, you know. And there's others too. It's just we talked about them tonight, so I'll try to wrap that around from where we started. I think people are excited and they want things. They don't want free things, but they want things that they feel they're owed, like
that
being able to see a doctor.
Like, these are our tax dollars. We should be benefiting from our own tax dollars being paid for the government, whose whole purpose for, you know, what at least I thought the whole purpose of having a government is to, you know, do things for its citizens, especially in a democracy where it's run supposedly by its citizens, right? Like, you know.
Well, otherwise, what's the point of a government if the government's not going to help us? What's the point?
Yeah.
Well, and it's the whole thing too is right. Like when people make the argument where they're like, well, you want free stuff, nothing's free, and it's like, no. What you seem to be misunderstanding is that free is shorthand for free at point of use.
Right.
The point is that we already fucking paid for it, and we're not getting it, motherfucker.
To be allocated.
I want what I paid for, and I literally am being denied exactly what I thought that I was paying taxes for. That's the whole fucking point of them, is that I give this money to the government every year, and it returns it to me through the monopoly of utility that I cannot actually achieve on my individual level, because the scale that it needs to be implemented is so fucking monumental. Like, that's the whole fucking purpose. That's literally the reason for taxes. Like, we don't just do it because we think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, we do it because we identified that there were certain things that like literally everybody needed. And that was why we taxed, so that we could just provide baseline. And as you identify new things that are utterly necessary to exist and survive within society, the whole point is that you gradually take those things and you add them to the government role. You create you say, okay, look, like the market, the free market, if we do this, it's going to end up in a monopoly anyways, right? Because that's the whole point of like the free market competition, is that as you grow, your goal then as a business is to buy out and consume your competitors so that you have less competition, right? But the populace doesn't get any right to vote over who's in charge of that private corporation. So that's the moment where the government steps in and says, no, you know what? We're going to make this a public utility, so that the monopoly, which becomes inevitable, is then owned by the people, which can then put a price control on the expense of that utility so that it's fair and available to everybody. And then for the individual on the day-to-day level, it's perceived as free because they are not paying for it in that exact moment. It's just there for them.
Right.
Yeah, and it's all for the expense of making sure that Amazon doesn't have to pay taxes, or that some billionaire can buy one more boat or a private plane, so the rest of us need to suffer so they can have that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, what, I have to subsidize this douchebag that I'm already paying anyways in extra because what, free market? What do you mean?
Yeah, are we all feeling real free in this market right now? Or you know,
right?
Well, it's like the whole thing with Walmart, right? Like Walmart does this thing where they're like,
I was about to say
we're going to pay unlivable wages to our employees, right? We're going to pay wages that it's impossible for them to live on, so that they need to go on food stamp. Right? You need to receive food stamps. And because they already work at Walmart, they are then coming in and they are spending their EBT dollars that the government gave them at Walmart, which just is the exact same thing as a fucking dollar to Walmart. So they're double dipping.
And you know what's fucked up is that even that's falling apart now too, because you know, the requirements to like for how much money you have to make in order to not qualify for that kind of stuff has not changed like over this inflation and everything. So while the wages might go up slightly, the amount that you need to earn like in order to get any sort of benefits has stayed the same. So it's like, oh well, you don't get no benefits now either because you make too much. You can afford to live in here. It's like no.
It's that privatized profits and socialize the losses,
right?
And that kind of mentality brings our communities down, and we need to get people, in the office to change this. It's insane. Yeah. It's absurd. It shouldn't happen. Like, our loved ones, many of us know people that are working in these low dead end jobs, and they're not even getting living wages. It's not good for us.
Yeah, 100%. But let's hear some more about how scary the socialists are.
Yet the media is running cover for the group. The Washington Post is claiming Republicans are falsely labeling them as communist. And other members in the media are mocking the idea of the Red Scare.
One of the things I found very interesting is this pivot the president has made to communism, coming after the commies.
This is not gulag socialism. This is not the Soviet Union socialism.
Socialism, much less democratic socialism, is not communism.
But if those journalists, so-called, spent the same amount of time...
They're acting like they haven't been beating this drum for since Fox News was invented. It's so wild. They're like, oh, these people are saying that we're calling them communists. Like, yeah, you've done that for a while. You didn't just start doing it. That's insane.
I'm covering the DS.
Caitlin Collins is a fucking Republican.
Literally.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like great example there, dude. Just because she's like an actual journalist that like gets her like gives out facts and stuff and has like real questions. They're like, oh, how dare you? You're not on Trump's dick 24/7, like just accepting anything that comes out of their fucking mouth. Like, well, you're not a real Republican.
Like, she came from right-wing media. She climbed her way up to an anchor position with her own show at CNN, coming out of a right-wing media outlet.
Yeah.
She's from the Deep South.
We got
Caitlin
Kayleigh
Collins'
McEnany here.
lineage is conservative. That's just the case. Like, that's
Insane.
how cockeyed this is.
Yeah,
Like,
look at their flow chart they got going on here. Is it gonna
Say,
keep
as they
going?
did a poll that nobody swims in, they
Damn.
would find a web of caucuses within the group that explicitly push
Red
communism.
Star.
Now, the Marxist Unity Group, for
My
example,
God.
says they are rallying thousands of Marxists in the DSA around a shared vision of the future. And they plan to achieve that future by adopting what they call a minimum maximum program. Quote, the minimum program refers to the party's comprehensive platform, the policies that it will immediately implement upon taking power, and the maximum program refers to the results of this process, a world free of the market, borders, classes, and all other oppressive structures that exist under capitalism. In a word, communism.
Ooh, be very scared.
I do
They
not
also-
think that their audience or even these anchors understand most of these words.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, first of all, like what, like, so hold on. A political party is proposing something that they say is the bare minimum of what we should get accomplished, and then there's the maximum of like, this is what I would really like to do. How is that different from any other fucking talking about like politics whatsoever? Like, shouldn't a party always have those things? It's like, these are what we really, really want to get done, and we think we can get it done, versus like, this is the long term of what we really want to get done. Like, how is that
What?
like?
I
They're like
would
making
imagine
it,
they went through this when they were writing Project 2025. You
Right.
know, they were like, listen, we're really hoping to get like at least the post office.
Yeah.
But if we could get everything, holy
Right.
cow. You know, I mean, it's silly rhetoric. And honestly,
like
I
the
just don't really
framing.
think it's working these days. I just think people are tired of being called communists. And I mean, I'm sure they're getting tired of being called fascists,
And
right?
again, like, explain why that's bad. First of all, like,
Yeah,
don't just say a
you're
word
like-
over and over. Like, why is that bad? Why is that bad to you?
I
Like,
keep
and if
telling
you-
them it's one tiki torch too much, you know, and they just don't get it.
Like,
They
what?
were-
This is
Word,
like such a
communist.
brilliant and like exciting moment for me, because like I'm so used to words being worn out to a point where they have no meaning in a way that is not in my favor. And
Right.
if they want to do that with the word communism, then like,
Yes.
let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. Like, that's a finally
Yeah.
it's breaking a favor
Yeah.
for once. Like, if it means that people are willing to be maybe a little bit more open to like a genuinely democratic socialist position, just because they just are so tired of hearing the word communism that it means nothing to them anymore, then I am so on board.
I mean,
Let's
that,
fucking
yeah,
do it.
that's what it's
Damn.
seeming like.
In 2026, you can't bring back McCarthyism. Like, what?
Well,
That
that's what
doesn't work.
they're explicitly saying. Like, no, we need to bring back McCarthyism. That was a good thing. Like, there's politicians all the time. Like, I have a Facebook, unfortunately, and you know, because I click on I click on things to comment like, hey, this is fucking stupid. Here's why. Now I have like all just Republican politicians saying like the most wild shit they can possibly say. So, you know, get to see this stupid shit like that all the time. Like, well, they're trying to institute Sharia law and we're going to stop it in Texas. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're bringing up like legislation on this kind of stupid shit, like that has nothing to do with anything. Like, who wants this? Who is like damn, these damn Muslims about to take over any day now, like down here in fucking Louisiana, you know? Like, what?
Yeah, it's just
I have
buzzkill
Facebook,
words.
unfortunately, was a bar. I'm sorry, that was
Well,
just
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to ring in my mind for a little while.
I have a Facebook, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where a lot of intel comes in when you're looking into like different communities, because all these Facebook like people, all the towns basically have their own like Facebook groups, and they'll like post stuff that
Yes.
you don't hear about. Like, for example, as Desi was saying earlier, if you go into the Facebook group for Milford, New Hampshire, and you type in brown water, you'll get a fuck ton of videos and pictures, and like, you know, so there's just a lot of stuff to look into that you can find on these pages. A lot of people say like, oh, I just use Twitter because there's journalists on there, and like, yeah, that's a good utility for that. But as far as Facebook, it's really good in finding out like what the normies are up to when you go and look in these groups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's an incredibly useful research tool for like community level stuff because of the amount of like Gen Xers and Boomers that are like the fully like it is
the business owners of the towns.
Cocaine. Yeah, like exactly, dude.
Like you know the people that really run the town.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah, but this is just so funny. Like the framing itself is the thing that you're supposed to be afraid of. It's like they have a minimum and a maximum. It's like yeah, everyone does, I think, right? Like, I don't know, man.
They also proudly put on their website that they want to overthrow our Constitution. Another faction is a revolutionary Marxist caucus called Reform and Revolution. They draw influence from communist leaders like Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, and Leon Trotsky. On their website, they promise the Communist Manifesto, which they promote. They're also
well, hold on. See, they keep switching between different websites. They're saying like they said this and they said that, but like it's going through this website. There's a different one before that. There's a different one before that, and she's just going on as if this is all like said by one person or like one particular website. But this is like many resources that they're threading together here. I just gotta say,
it's just a shell game.
Is the Liberation Caucus. They push Maoism, saying this: Comrade Mao's call to combat liberalism must be heeded and taken.
Watch out, the Liberation Caucus is going to take over at any point now. They're going to be in the presidency. The fucking
seriously, otherwise,
the Maoists are fucking coming.
And revisionist trends will arise and rot the soul of the organization. And
they act like these aren't just like a lot of these super like weedsy like leftist communities aren't just like some people on Reddit. Like not actual, you know what I mean? Not like entire like, oh, we're getting stuff done out here. It's like no, they're really not.
Well,
like these aren't the guys
this is what
you're
you get
looking for.
When the culture war is not working,
right?
Yeah,
you know,
like we have to bring up the commie manifesto, you know, of these different places. Check this out.
I think they've seen the latest polls. That's all. Honestly, Dems are up like 26 points across the whole country, so they're all freaking out right now.
And they go on to say we are unequivocally anti-imperialist. Communists in the imperial core have as our main duty the destruction of the imperialist system. And finally, there's also the Red Star Caucus, which describes itself as the Marxist-Leninist faction of the Democratic Socialists of America. Their stated goal to abolish capitalism and ultimately to achieve communism. They go on to say they are striving to weaken and ultimately dismantle the U.S. empire.
Damn.
Red Star also notes that nearly half of the DSA's National Political Committee identifies.
They won't tell you what they mean by U.S. empire, though. No.
As communist. That's what's hiding inside the belly of the beast. In their own words, we just showed you communism. Now listen to how some of their members.
What did she showed us?
Thanks, David Blaine.
What
the fuck?
Communism, right there.
And
that was
here
communism.
is a dinosaur.
Those were words on a. Those were words on a pice of paper. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
She doesn't know. She's part of the Trump administration.
Right there. Like what?
Speak about America.
U.S. imperialism is not a thing that can be reformed away. It has to be overthrown through revolutionary struggle.
To build a mass movement that can use the leverage of workers to hit the kill switch on American imperialism here.
So when do Democrats and members of the media start calling them out for this rhetoric? After the DSA takes their voters and builds their own rival party?
When do you start dealing with the Epstein files?
Yeah, what's up with all that? Wait, hold on. So
98% of people that vote Democrat will never understand or care about whatever that whole thing was.
Well, this is also the thing of like our enemies are both like terrifyingly strong and pathetically weak at the same time. This is one of those things that they're doing here.
Right.